The map of the world seems definitive, yet hidden within its borders are territories that function as independent nations but lack global recognition. These phantom states have their own governments, currencies, and even armies, defying the traditional international order. We explore the unique struggles of two prominent examples, Somaliland in the Horn of Africa and Transnistria in Eastern Europe. Our journey begins in Somaliland, a territory that declared independence from Somalia in 1991 following the collapse of the central government. Historically, Somaliland was the protectorate of British Somaliland, maintaining a separate identity from Italian Somaliland. After a brief 5-day period of recognized independence in 1960, they voluntarily joined Somalia, a union that quickly devolved into civil war. Since 1991, Somaliland has established a functional, multi-party democracy, a stark contrast to the instability often seen in neighboring Somalia. They maintain their own police force, judiciary system, and even issue passports that are surprisingly accepted in some countries. Economically, they rely heavily on livestock export and the crucial port of Berbera, connecting them to global trade routes. The primary barrier to recognition is the principle of territorial integrity. African nations fear setting a precedent that could encourage further secessionist movements. Despite non-recognition, Somaliland remains a beacon of stability, proving that statehood can function without international paperwork. Now, we shift focus to Transnistria, a long, narrow strip of land nestled between Moldova and Ukraine. This region broke away from Moldova in 1990, fearing that Moldova's push for reunification with Romania would lead to cultural erasure for the local Russian-speaking population. The subsequent 1992 War of Transnistria ended in a frozen conflict, stabilized by the presence of Russian peacekeepers. Transnistria is often described as a Soviet time capsule, retaining Soviet symbols, statues of Lenin, and a KGB presence. The government, based in Tiraspol, maintains control through powerful, often opaque corporate structures, such as the sheriff conglomerate. Transnistria issues its own currency, the Transnistrian ruble, unique for featuring plastic coins, but it is worthless outside its borders. Unlike Somaliland, Transnistria's non-recognition is primarily due to geopolitical influence. Russia supports the state, but refuses to formally recognize it. Formal recognition by Russia would violate Moldova's sovereignty and destabilize Eastern European politics, making the status quo strategically useful for Moscow. The concept of statehood is governed by the 1933 Montevideo Convention, which requires a defined territory, permanent population, government, and capacity to enter into relations. Both Somaliland and Transnistria meet the first three criteria. They govern themselves effectively and control territory. However, it is the fourth criterion, the capacity to enter into relations, that ultimately hinges on recognition by other states. Non-recognition denies these territories access to crucial international bodies like the UN, IMF, and World Bank, hindering development and legitimate trade. The fate of these unrecognized states often rests on not their internal stability, but on the complex interests of powerful neighboring nations. Until major diplomatic shifts occur, these functional nations will remain as geopolitical footnotes, countries that exist in reality but not on the map.